Hello and welcome to the December commencement for the University of Kentucky. I'm Candace Cruz.
And I'm Nick Wilking, coming to you live from Memorial Coliseum, where today we're celebrating those graduates who have earned their graduate degree, and they will celebrate their accomplishments and officially become UK alumni.
It's very exciting, and as family and friends gather in Memorial Coliseum, we want to remind you, family and friends watching from home, you can continue to watch the live stream on uknow.uky.edu, and you can also follow us on Twitter at the University of Kentucky's Twitter handle at University of KY. And you can send your graduates a special message with the hashtag UKGrad.
Now, Memorial Coliseum is usually a building reserved for Wildcat athletes, but today we're celebrating a victory of another kind. Like I said, we're going to honor those graduates who have earned their graduate and professional degrees, and I actually believe that they're lining up to come inside the building as we speak.
That's very true, but we're going to join with them in a few minutes. But first of all, we're going to welcome our president, Dr. Eli Capilouto. Thank you for joining us today.
Delight to be with you.
Well, thank you. Now, we've said it's a very important day for graduates, but can you tell me what commencement means to the administrator?
Sure. I think especially this time of year, a season of hope, this is a day of hope, where we have great confidence in the futures of the graduates that have been prepared by an extraordinary faculty. So we're so excited for them, so excited for their families.
And we're excited for them as well. And do you have any last comments for all those graduates as they take that next step?
Be true to yourself. Never stop learning. We've given you a great foundation, but you've got to chart your way by maintaining that curiosity that got you to this milestone.
Well, thank you for joining us, Dr. Capilouto. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Capilouto. And Candace, as you said, today is a celebration of the greatest tradition here at UK, earning one's degree. And actually, in honor of the graduates, the university has several other traditions that they use throughout the week. Like, for example, a blue light is reflecting off Memorial Hall right now in honor of those graduates. And Memorial Hall is one of the most recognizable buildings on campus.
That's right. And another UK tradition here is excellence. And our administrators here are instrumental to make sure that these students have that excellence. Today we're joined with Dr. Robert Grossman, the Vice Chair of the University Senate Council. Dr. Grossman, welcome to the blue carpet.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Grossman. As a member of the Senate Council, what about this day do you find the most special?
Well, it's a great day of celebration for all the students who've worked so hard to come to this day, and we're letting them go forward into the world and make their way and represent themselves and their families and the University of Kentucky also.
Right, and as you know, this is actually only the third December commencement ceremony in UK's history. So what do you think it means for those August and December graduates to actually be able to celebrate it in December?
Well, of course it means a lot. The December's commencement is a fairly recent development, and I fully supported it, and I'm glad to see that so many people come out to help celebrate.
Okay. And from your years of experience, what advice do you have for these newest graduates?
Well, Dr. Capilouto stole my lines, but I would just like to re-emphasize what he said. Be true to yourself and never stop learning. If you do those things, you'll do well in the rest of your life.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Dr. Grossman. Have a great rest of your day.
And as Dr. Grossman said, it is a very memorable day, so make sure that you make these memories last by getting some good Kodak moments and good photos of your graduates. You can walk up our concourses and actually find some backdrops of some famous UK landmarks here, and you can get that perfect Kodak moment. And now we're actually going to join our graduates, I'm sorry, so we're going to send it over to Twani Beckham.
Yeah, Twani actually recently caught up with one of these graduates today. He's an international student graduating from the Martin School of Public Policy and Administration. Twani?
Hey, Nick and Candace. I am now here with McDowell, who will be graduating today from the Martin School. So tell me, McDowell, how do you feel about graduating today?
I feel great. It's a very precious experience to me, and it will be a shining milestone in my life. Well, and besides considering the reputation of Martin School all across the United States and the academic achievements, and also my background of study, it's very challenging to me to accomplish this degree here. Thank you.
So, McDowell, tell me, what was it like pursuing graduate studies at the University of Kentucky, being that you were an international student?
I would say it's a journey full of fun. Like we have a lot of outdoor activities I really enjoy, and besides, it's a quite nice small town, and there are less attractions for me, so I can focus on my study more than usual. And I feel great to be international students that enroll in this rolling with University of Kentucky. Yeah.
What will you miss mostly about being a student at the University of Kentucky?
Well, there are a lot for me to miss. I think first of all is our Wildcats, the UK basketball team. You guys cool, and well, I think what I be mostly miss is is sea blue. That is the power that's flowing in my vein for the rest of my life. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, McDowell, and I wish you well in your future success.
Thank you, Twenty.
All right. Back to you, Nick and Candace.
Thanks, Twani. And now we have with us the Vice Chair of the UK Board of Trustees, Pam May. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to. It's a wonderful day.
Well, good. Well, we know that you've been the Board of Trustees member since 2001, and you served in various different roles. So how has that experience given you more pride in UK and prepared you for today?
It really brings home what the university is all about. You know, when you're here as a student and you're going to classes, your goal is to learn and get out, get a job, and go forward. But when you're sitting in a trustees role, it's important to realize it's every student. And it's not just the education, but those walking across the stage today will change hundreds of lives because of what they received at the university. And I think as a trustee, that is the beauty of what we do.
And what are the big, sorry about that, what's the last bit of advice you'd like to leave with our graduates as they walk in, they change those lives?
I guess the best piece of advice is you have got the tools, you've got the talents, you've got the ability. Nothing now will replace hard work and commitment because every day they have the ability to make a difference. And that's what we need.
Very true. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Now, Candace, I believe that those students are hurrying off to get in line,
That's right.
which of course means that the 2012 December commencement ceremony here at UK is about to be underway. So we just wanted to leave you with a reminder to let your graduate know just how proud you are of them via Twitter with a special message using the hashtag UKGrad. And these students, as these students become UK's newest alumni, we want to leave you with a few special messages from other UK alumni who are going to tell us how they see blue. But for UK Now, I'm Nick Wilking.
And I'm Candace Cruz. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm Jennifer Lemaster. I actually manage the premium seating in the Georgia Dome as well as oversee our external communications efforts. So I have suites and club seats as well as PR marketing. I actually had a dual degree in political science and communications. When I graduated from UK, I accepted my first full-time position within the UK Athletics Department. And I spent about 10 years there. I really was doing my dream job. As far as I was concerned, I had the best job in the department. Possibly the best job in the country, and I had no interest in leaving, but I had kind of always thought in the back of my mind if I had a chance to work in the NFL, I would do that because that would be like the next step. The Georgia Dome is the largest dome stadium in the world, cable-supported roof. We also consider ourselves one of the top 5 facilities in the world. We base that on total number of attendance, which is based people coming through our doors, and the size of the annual events. We have 164 suites, 2 restaurants, 2 bars. For a Falcons game, we expect about anywhere from 60 to 72,000 people to be here. So kickoff at 1 o'clock, we usually get to the stadium around 7 a.m. And we begin our preparations for the crowd routing, which is basically going through every location in the building that I'm responsible for, which is all premium areas, and making sure that we're set and ready for when the doors open. Behind the scenes, it's fast and furious. in public, we hope that it looks very seamless. In addition to Atlanta Falcons, we have other annual event customers. Our customers include the Southeastern Conference, the NCAA, Feld Motorsports, which brings us dirt shows like Supercross and Monster Jam. We have a Chick-fil-A Bowl on New Year's Eve. It's a very active building. Life is as much about finding out what you don't want to do as it is about finding what you do. Communications is certainly tied into what I do now, but I don't think anybody would have ever thought that, certainly not me. When I was studying political science, I was going to end up managing one of the top 5 facilities in the world, largest cable-supported roof dome stadium in the world. The thing that I enjoyed the most about being at UK has definitely got to be the relationships that I made there. When you look back at your life and you think about who your real friends are, and you realize they're all kind of coming from the same part in your life, you know that that's been a successful journey. So I'm proud of that. It's a love that goes, much deeper than just that's where I went to school. It's about people, it's about relationships, it's about things that make you feel happy. UK offers the best of everything. No matter what your interest is, or if it's all of those things, you kind of get it all. And I think for young people, it's really important to understand that there is diversity, and it does offer a lot of opportunity.
DC Storm, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Right out of college, I went to work for GE, and GE led me here to NBCU. As part of my corporate audit staff career, I spent a lot of time at NBCU on various projects, both financial and compliance related. So I knew this is where I wanted to end up. And everything happens for a reason, because even in high school, I had a dream about living in New York City one day. And I had a dream about working in the entertainment industry, particularly within the financial segment. So for a small town boy who had never been out of the country, I got to see the world via GE, and I got to work for GE because of the University of Kentucky. The professors at UK were second to none. They were extremely influential on me, and what I really enjoyed was the real-world applications they brought to the classroom. These were people that have been out in the workforce, that know this skill and can apply it to a real-world example. And to this day, I've come across real-world examples where I remember, I talked about this in Sean Pepper's class. I know what to do here. And that training is what allowed me to be successful in my field and continue down the career path that I have been. UK is a big school, and it's somewhat intimidating coming from a small town and a small high school, but all the opportunities in the world are there, and it's up to you to go out and grab them. That it's as small as you want to make it, and it's a microcosm of the real world. It's a large campus, it's a diverse campus, but the world is large and the world's diverse. And it exposed me to so many different types of people, situations, that when it came out to go work in the real world, which is diverse and large, I was ready. And I'm so thankful for that. You'll know where you're supposed to go to school. You just got to listen to yourself. Know what are your critical to quality things that you're looking for in a college and a university. But listen to your gut. It'll tell you where you need to go. And for me, that was the University of Kentucky. Specifically to the University of Kentucky, for those kids that are maybe a little bit intimidated, whether it be due to the size or where the University of Kentucky is, for whatever reason, give it a chance. I was adamant about not going there. I wasn't planning on giving it a chance, but I did, and I'm very thankful because I wouldn't be where I am today.
Brian Johnson. I was a marketing major. I was born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. My senior year, I went to a visit of the campus. I was like, okay, this is beautiful, it's very scenic and all the greenery. I was like, I really want to get out of Lexington. So I argued and I fussed with my parents. I applied to like 15 different schools, but they're like, you need to make sure, like, UK is an awesome school, you need to apply. So I was like, okay. So I went through the application process and I got a full ride. So my parents were like, financial aid or awesome school and a free education. So that's how I wound up in the University of Kentucky. As I was a marketing major, I thought I was going to go into business, do marketing, do sales. So I interned with a few companies over 2 summers, but I didn't really feel like my impact would be that great just working for like a Fortune 500 or working for just a major business. I wanted something that was more personal, more visceral. So one day I was just happened to see the sign, and I was like, I teach for America. It was the first time they had recruited on campus, so I was kind of naive to what the organization was. And I sat down, I met a few people from UK who did Teach for America. I was like, this is an amazing program where you can really have an impact on students in like urban and rural education. I was like, this is something that, one, I like am really interested in and I'll be passionate about, and two, I can also be really altruistic and help somebody else too. You know, in life there's a duality, and you have to be able to balance those things. So whether it's, you know, social interaction or academic excellence, you have to find sort of like the ebb and flow of when you can kind of take calculated risks. Like, okay, you know, today I'm gonna hang out with my friends in the quad, but tomorrow I'm gonna study for 4 more hours. So I think just finding that delicate balance can really make you successful, like both, you know, socially and academically. I think maybe I'm a little dumb, but I'm just one of the people, I'm like, you know what, if it's in my, you know, my view, I'm able to do it. So, you know, I just kind of like hit the ground and was running, whether it's, you know, being just naive, I just took it all in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn the subway. I'm gonna pretend like I'm a New Yorker when I'm, you know, just fresh off the boat, you know, so to speak. So to me, it was all about just being like discovery and really kind of stretching my limits as a person, because I knew I wouldn't fail. You know, sort of when you kind of are able to claim something like that, you know, no matter what happens, all these, you know, externalities, I know the person I am, and I know that, you know, my morals, and I know my personality, and I will succeed here. I remember my freshman year, I had a professor who said she never gave an A. So I was like, as I said, I knew I was, you know, determined not to fail. So I would go to her office hours every time there was a paper. We sit and I'd take copious notes and we edit, and then I'd go to the library and like I had a tutor read over it, and of course I got the A. So, you know, it's like, you know, professors really push you to excellence and to do your very best. And, you know, I mirror that with my kids all the time, where, you know, I really want to be the model for success for them. So whether it's me actually doing the math problems with them, you know, I'm not an idle teacher, so I'm up and I'm moving around, and I think a lot of that came from the University of Kentucky, where I knew that, you know, things weren't just going to be handed to you. You really had to earn them and work hard for them. You'll look good in blue.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The academic processional of the December 2012 graduate and professional commencement ceremony at the University of Kentucky is about to begin. The processional is led by the University Marshal and representatives from the faculty, followed by the degree candidates. for the entrance of the platform party and remain standing until the conclusion of the national anthem. Melissa Snowgroves from UK Opera Theater in the School of Music and College of Fine Arts will sing the first verse of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of love and the home of the brave.
Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the 12th president of the University of Kentucky, Dr. Eli I. Capilouto.
Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Kentucky's December 2012 graduate and professional degree commencement ceremony. There are two groups of special guests here on the platform today. First, several members of the university's Board of Trustees are on the platform, including the Vice Chair of the Board, Ms. Pamela T. May of Pikeville. I ask that all of the board members stand and be recognized. In addition to the persons who will be introduced later as they participate in today's commencement activities, there are several administrators and academic officials also on the platform. I ask that they stand and be recognized. I would also like to note that during today's ceremonies, you may notice that some of our graduates and even some of our faculty are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. These cords recognize a very special segment of our Wildcat family. They symbolize military service to our country, and the University of Kentucky is extremely proud to honor them. I ask these individuals to stand so that we may recognize them. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, and staff of the University of Kentucky, alumni, friends, family, and honored guests, and most especially the December 2012 graduating class. This assembly of student scholars gathered in a chorus of support with your family and friends humbles me. Our university is grateful for the privilege of sharing a journey that today is marked and celebrated. Your passage through a doorway that leads to a future of possibility and adventure. As students and now as graduates, you are part of an enduring legacy. This legacy, annually cast in parchment, is brought to life by hundreds of thousands of individuals who have contributed greatly to our Kentucky promise. A threefold mission to advance our state and region through learning, research, and service. I continue to be dazzled by you. Your diploma recognizes the mastery of the latest knowledge and the desire to advance it through your hard work, curiosity, and discovery. You have reached this point because of your fortitude, your commitment to learning, discovery, and service. That tenacity fueled your academic career. It will continue fueling and focusing your lives of meaning and purpose. Continue to use it well. Throughout the course of human history, the greatest triumphs, global achievements, scientific breakthroughs, and technological advancements have come at the hands of those with deep commitment and determination to advancing a unifying cause or goal. Our country's birth was the result of our founding fathers and mothers' perseverance in the face of her towering empire. It was their strength and persistence that heralded revolutionary change. Our Commonwealth was settled by pioneers who set out to explore an unknown wilderness beyond the Appalachian Mountains. And our institution's foundation was built by the will and focus of steadfast supporters. It was shaped through decades of trials and triumph, shaped by their determination to create a university that best served a noble cause, the idea that higher education should blend the liberal and practical arts and the sciences to secure a brighter future for the people of our state. Ours is an enduring story of progress, marked not by edifices or buildings, but by people who have persevered and helped light our path forward. Courage and resolve were the actions of an African-American school teacher from Louisville who broke barriers as the first black student admitted to graduate study at the University of Kentucky. It was alive in a pioneering female journalist, among the first in the South. Marguerite McLaughlin, who is a leader of the newspaper business and first woman teacher of journalism in the United States. That strength, that will to succeed is alive in each of our students, remembered by us over the passage of time, strongly heard and felt in the stirring echoes of history, and passed forward today to you as descendants of a promise that has guided this institution for nearly 150 years. Many of you are beginning a new chapter in your life, a book whose final chapter is yet to be written. You have overcome challenge as you moved toward this day. Among you is a graduate who traveled from Asia to earn his master's degree in public policy. After 2 years of rigorous coursework, he's preparing to return to his native country and apply the skills he's gained to enhance regional communications and relations. One graduate is completing a higher education journey that began in 1986. Having served many years in the Kentucky State Police, this officer returned to UK this past year to complete her studies in community communications and leadership development. Still another graduate from Pendleton County, Kentucky, helped establish a small-scale farm that now provides 100% of the produce for Owsley County School District. As a student, he served as the United States delegate to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity in India. This evening in our undergraduate ceremony, he will graduate with a degree in natural resources and environmental sciences. Our institution remains deeply committed to innovation and entrepreneurism. Across campus, faculty and staff show indelible strength in the face of uncertain times. Students continue working tirelessly, excelling at their interest and addressing local and global issues through outreach. In ways big and small, we are a university, a family that perseveres. We were forged in the fires and trials and obstacles that we faced, always committed to bringing hope to people and communities at home and abroad. As you begin this next chapter, remember that great accomplishment that takes unrelenting strength of self and personal will to succeed. Through it and through you as one big blue nation united, we are able to fulfill our Kentucky promise and continue this cycle of progress from generation to generation. Congratulations to all of you as you set forth on this new beginning. Thank you for the imprint you've left on this university, and always remember to see blue. Thank you very much. The greatest honor a university can bestow is to award its honorary degree. In presenting an honorary degree, the institution is honoring itself. Those persons who are to receive the degree are carefully chosen because of their contributions to the social, educational, humanitarian, and cultural heritage of the state, nation, and world. It must be of the highest order. Interim Provost Tracy will introduce the recipient, and the Vice Chair of the University Senate Council, Dr. Robert Grossman, will hand the diploma to me on behalf of the faculty.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you David Lanier Lawless.
David Lanier Lawless has worked selflessly for half a century to improve the lot of the socially disadvantaged. It is his work with housing programs in Kentucky that defines his highest achievement. Mr. Lawless is the past president of Apple Bank an award-winning community development financial institution whose primary mission is to promote individual and community development in rural Central Appalachia. He is also past president of the Federation of Appalachian Housing Enterprises, and he has worked for numerous Appalachian nonprofits, including the Council of Southern Mountains, Cumberland Valley Community Action Agency, the Head Corporation, and Marketing Appalachian Traditional Community Handcrafts, or MATCH Incorporated. For Mr. Lawless, the issue of housing has been and remains an issue of social justice. His work has enabled underprivileged Kentuckians to become, in one of the words of his nominators, nothing less than fully vested citizens of the Commonwealth. The University of Kentucky Board of Trustees therefore awards this honorary Doctor of Letters degree to David Lanier Lawless.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, the University Senate recommending, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Letters with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. We will now present candidates for the master's degrees. Interim Provost Tracy will introduce the deans of the colleges and present the candidates for the master's degrees prior to conferral of degrees.
President Capilouto will present the graduates with their diplomas. Dr. Robert Grossman will hand the diplomas to President Capilouto on behalf of the faculty. Mr. Carl Nathy of the UK Public Relations Office will read the names of the graduates as they cross the stage and receive their diploma.
Daniel Wilson. Yolanda Latrice Jackson. Mary Adelaide Graham. Jennifer Bernice Ashe. Stacy Scott Long.
Dean Kornblue and I request that the candidates for Master of Arts and Master of Science degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Laura Reinhold.
Dr. David Blackwell is the Dean of the Carroll Martin Gatton College of Business and Economics. Dean Blackwell and I request that the candidates for Master of Science and Master of Business Administration degrees in the Gatton College of Business and Economics please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Gular Ergul Erdem. Jeremy Lee Bird.
Dr. Dan O'Hare is the Dean of the College of Communication and Information. Dean Dan O'Hare and I request that the candidates for Master of Arts and Master of Science degrees in the College of Communication and Information please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Amina Harovich. Rebecca Lou McNichol. Jancy Lynn Wright. Bethany Numala Hanel. Anastasia Flynn Knight. Heather May Battenberg. Alana Lee Bolts. Kimberly Renee McDaniel. Mary Elizabeth York. Stephen Edward Richardson.
Bruce Swetnam is the Associate Director for Student Affairs in the College of Design. Director Swetnam and I request that the candidates for Master of Arts degrees in the College of Design please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Ryan Mazzello. Julianne Aubrey Tompkins. Taysa Sayek. Spencer John Bridges. Gary Clark Robinson, Jr. Chelsea Ann Pickens. Frederick Peter Bartholomew. Megan Beach. Beth Elaine Williams. Anita L. Flowers. Juanita Yvette Butler. Virginia Rose Silvestri. Consuelo Shane. Sarah Jean Johnson. Jean Burgess. Jessamine Grace Evans. Heather Robinson Curtis. Carrie Ellen Creech Galloway. Nina Kana. Helen Jones. Barry A. Saturday. Marcus Dwayne Garr. Robert David Odom. Joshua Todd Holland. Leela Lane Pickett. Megan Rachel Berry. Alexandra Lakow. Kristen Jacqueline Aiken. Catherine Louise Dennis. Megan Leanne Gilbert. Annette Thomas Reed. Alexis Catrice Custard. Jennifer Camille Varner. Brennan Elizabeth Valancourt. Patrick R. Young. Megan Catherine Kovacevic. Patty Seamy.
Dr. John Walls is the Dean of the College of Engineering. Dean Walls and I request that the candidates for Master of Science degrees in the College of Engineering please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
William Alexander Carruthers. Sean Michael Hamlet. Christopher Wayne Asbury. Mason Richards. Jiawei Liu.
Dr. Janine Blackwell is the Dean of the Graduate School. Dean Blackwell and I request that the candidates for master degrees in the Martin School of Public Policy and Administration and the Patterson School of Diplomacy and International Commerce please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Anne Catherine Jones. Robert Glenn Akers.
Dr. Michael Reed is the Vice Dean for Biomedical Sciences in the College of Medicine. Vice Dean Reed and I request that the candidates for Master of Science degrees in the College of Medicine please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Erica Faulkner. Beth Waego Gachuki. Akusua Korantima Adu.
Dr. Stephen Wyatt is the Dean of the College of Public Health. Dean Wyatt and I request that the candidates for Master of Science degrees in the College of Public Health please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Laura Lyons. Susan Elise Mittenswy. Chandril Michelle Mobley. Ian Mitrake. Jacob Tyler Shepard. Isaac Jeffrey Hands. Dinesh Podell. Mohammed J. Saeed.
Dr. James P. Ike Adams is the Dean of the College of Social Work. Dean Adams and I request that the candidates for Master of Arts degrees in the College of Social Work please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Nivea Bruner. Cassandra Dawn Miller. Monica Marie Stewart. Mary Alice Schrader.
We will now present the candidates for professional doctoral degrees from the Colleges of Health Sciences and Public Health. President Capilouto will present the professional doctorates with their diplomas. As the student's name and the name of their faculty advisor is read, the student will be hooded and then receive his or her diploma. I would also like to recognize the faculty who will be hooding the candidates for doctoral degrees. These faculty and their students represent a special mentoring relationship that is a crucial component of graduate education. As we honor these graduating students today, we also honor the faculty who have supported them in their journey.
Judy L. Wigand, to be hooded by Mark Wigand and Dr. Tony English. Linus Renee Morris. Lisa Corrine Campbell. Janice Gwen Derrickson. Denise Virginia Johnson, to be hooded by Ann Harrison and Tony English. Jennifer Ann Morgan. Tiffany Annette Bryan. Jennifer Lynn Bono and Rachel Gleason. Jean Marie Shannon. Hannah Arms. Stacy Sloan Ritchie. Nicole Marie Hausfeld. Karma Lynn Heath. James Rhodes. Michael Wesley Kennedy. And these doctorate awards are in physical therapy. Thank you.
Dean Jane Kirschling and I would like to recognize the candidate for Doctor of Nursing practice degree from the College of Nursing.
Teresa Ratliff James, to be hooded by Carolyn Williams, Dean Emeritus of the College of Nursing.
Dean Wyatt and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Public Health degrees in the College of Public Health.
Eric Blaine Durbin, to be hooded by Dr. Stephen Wyatt. Marcia Catherine Butler, to be hooded by Dr. Linda Alexander. Erin Lisa Kaufman, to be hooded by David Menino.
Dean Scott Smith and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Agriculture.
Vaughn Barry Holder, to be hooded by Dr. Robert Harmon, Animal Sciences. Animal Sciences, Mika Broomer. Jacqueline Lee Smith, to be hooded by Dr. Craig Carter. Catherine Laura Smith, to be hooded by Dr. Udini Balasaraya, Veterinary Science. Ling Shuang Sun. Bin Kai, to be hooded by Dr. Lowell Bush, Plant Physiology, Biochemistry, Molecular Biology. Ben Michael Goff, to be hooded by Dr. William Witt, Crop Science. Yen Lee, to be hooded by Dr. Jan Smalley, Plant Physiology, Biochemistry, Molecular Biology. Anthony David Quant, to be hooded by Dr. Anthony Pescatore, Animal Sciences.
Dean Kornblue and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Arts and Sciences.
Caroline Ellender Compretta, to be hooded by Dr. Janine Blackwell, Anthropology. William Jared Brown, to be hooded by Dr. Susan Carvalho, Hispanic Studies. Chrissy Hannah Butler, Hispanic Studies. Mahan L. Ellison, Hispanic Studies, to be hooded by Dr. Susan Larson. Charles Camper Floyd III, to be hooded by Dr. David Bradshaw, Philosophy. Colin Marie Glenn, to be hooded by Dr. Alan Nadell, English. J. Lawrence Heineman, to be hooded by Dr. Changyu Huang, Mathematics. John Ashley Nichols, Physics, to be hooded by Dr. Kwok Wai Eng. Rachel Ann Simon, English, to be hooded by Dr. Marion Rust. Kristen Lynn Thompson, Physics, to be hooded by Dr. Thomas Troland. Grant David Thompson, Physics. Eric Gordon Weinberg, History, to be hooded by Dr. David Hamilton. Candace Witherspoon, Business Administration, to be hooded by Dr. Dan N. Stone.
Dean Mary John O'Hare and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor in Education and Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Education.
Amanda Haywood Goodwin, Instruction and Administration, to be hooded by Dr. Gary Anglin. William Allen Hall, Jr., Instruction and Administration. Shanshan Lee, Instruction and Administration. Wanda Mukes Wilson, to be hooded by Rosetta Sandich and Joan Mazer, Instruction and Administration. Rovina L. Hatcher, Instruction and Administration, to be hooded by Joan Mazer. Justin Keith Nichols, Kinesiology and Health Promotion, to be hooded by Aaron Bailey and Kelly Bradley. Robin L. Magruder, Instruction and Administration, to be hooded by Dr. Margaret Moore Schrader. Jeremy Mills, Special Education, hooded by Dr. Belva Collins. Krista Moe, Counseling Psychology, hooded by Dr. Dorothy Braca. David Shannon Murphy, to be hooded by Dr. Doug Smith, Instruction and Administration.
Dean Walls and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Engineering.
Jin Cheng, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Dr. Robert Adams. Jing Guo, Electrical Engineering, to be hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Hastings. Joshua Timothy Guerin, to be hooded by Dr. Judy Goldsmith, Computer Science. Wen Liu, to be hooded by Dr. Dugan P. Sekulik, Mechanical Engineering. Ziyu Shannon Shao, Civil Engineering, hooded by Dr. Scott Yost. John Silva Castro, Mining Engineering, to be hooded by Dr. Braden Lusk. Sichi Wong, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Dr. Charles Knapp. Xiaoyan Sheng, to be hooded by Dr. Hainsworth Shin, Biomedical Engineering.
Dean Michael Tick and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Musical Arts and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Fine Arts.
Leah Hagel, Musical Arts, hooded by Dr. Benjamin Karp. Ryan Douglas Moore, Music Performance, to be hooded by Dr. Skip Gray.
Interim Dean Sharon Stewart and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Health Sciences.
Dr. Tracy, we have one addition in musicology. Nikos Pappas, hooded by Dr. Ron Penn. Kelly Cold Iron Ellis. Rehabilitation Sciences, hooded by Dr. Sharon Stewart. Susan Thomas Frank, Rehabilitation Sciences. Camille Louise Skubik-Pabloski, Rehabilitation Sciences, to be hooded by Dr. Ann Harrison.
Vice Dean Reed and I would like to recognize the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy degrees in the College of Medicine. Please come to the platform to receive your diploma.
Donna Coy, Toxicology. Dr. Mary Vore will perform the hooding ceremony. Catherine Elizabeth Mattinson, Anatomy and Neurobiology, to be hooded by Dr. Greg Gerhardt. Amanda Lee Trout, Physiology, hooded by Dr. Melinda Wilson. Holiday Tuna, Microbiology, Immunology, and Genetics, hooded by Dr. Donald Cohen. Fan Mui Young, Physiology, hooded by Dr. Susan Smythe.
Dean Wyatt and I would like to recognize the candidate for a Doctor of Philosophy degree in the College of Public Health.
Timothy Nathaniel Crawford, Epidemiology and Biostatistics, to be hooded by Dr. Wayne Sanderson.
Dean Adams and I would like to recognize the candidate for a Doctor of Philosophy degree in the College of Social Work.
Sarah Beth Lukefeld Bierman, Social Work, to be hooded by Dr. Carl Lukefeld.
Will the candidates for master and specialist degrees in all disciplines please rise? Will the candidates for Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Public Health, Doctor of Nursing Practice please rise? And will the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Musical Arts degrees please rise?
Vested in me by the Board of Trustees, the University Senate recommending, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the appropriate degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. As we conclude the awarding of the graduate degrees, there are two very important groups of participants I wish to recognize in the completion of these exemplary efforts in graduate study. I ask all the faculty present to stand as we thank them for their dedication to these graduates and to this institution. I would also like to ask the parents, spouses, partners, and families of the graduates to stand as we recognize the measure of their involvement in the achievement we are celebrating today. Please stand as Dr. Everett McCorvey, the University orator from the School of Music, sings our state song, My Old Kentucky Home.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times comes a-knocking at the door, then my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away.
We thank you for attending our December 2012 graduate and professional commencement ceremony. As a conclusion to this ceremony, we ask you to join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our graduates. I extend my congratulations to all of our graduates and wish to simply say, thank you for daring to see blue with us at the University of Kentucky. We believe that you leave here today fully prepared to face the world and its challenges. And this is a better place because of each of you, because you challenged all of us to be the best we can be. As you continue on your path to success, I hope you remember your alma mater and stay connected to us. We are very proud of you and so thankful that you are a member of the greatest organization in the world, the UK family. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the university community appreciates your attendance at the December 2012 graduate and professional commencement ceremony. Please remain standing for the recessional, led by President Capelouto, Vice Chair May, and the Platform Party. followed by faculty and our 2012 graduates. Good afternoon and happy holidays.